Yo, I apologize for the late start, but welcome back once again, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back once more with another daily live stream. We have, as always, some more crypto news and Kaspa to talk about in the stream today. Ultimately, the question of this stream for Kaspa is there going to be another Dex scam? We have some it's more or less confirmed. The next Dex coming to Kaspa is Change Finance. I see little to no reason why it's not going to be that, but it's something I want to bring your attention to either way. Is it a scam? Is it not? We're going to get into that in the stream as always, and also some more crypto news regarding the institutional shift in adoption, regarding what the direction of Bitcoin is going to be. Is it going to hold 60k? Is it going to go below it? Is it going to go behind it? And of course, those who I'm sure are eager to tease me about it because they know I hold XRP. XRP, of course, getting appealed by the SEC and correcting from 65 cents down to 51 in just 2 to 3 days. We'll cover that a little bit as well, and of course other crypto projects. If you have a question to ask, of course ask them. But as you enjoy these streams, we're doing this daily. Leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And if you want to know about crypto and market sentiments and Kaspa, of course, then feel free to join up my free Discord server. It is in the description, in chat, and also on my YouTube homepage. So first things first, man, welcome back to the stream, and YouTube Leeway, welcome back to the stream once more. So first things first, let's get straight into the announcements. Here we can see Change Finance. When we started working with Kaspa a year ago, we saw the potential, and now we're witnessing it unfold. The wave of support and requests from the KRC20 ecosystem is since announcing the upcoming KRC20 Dex service has been phenomenal. Buckle up, you're in for a ride. This is, again, for me, full disclosure, there seems to be little to no chance that this is going to be a scam. I don't think it is a scam, but you've got to wait for the official announcements. Despite all this, seemingly they've been in connection and working with Kaspa for over a year, ago, and they've had a lot of support. They seem, and we've heard them talking to each other. As put here, the KEF wants to reaffirm that there is a DEX that is invested or endorsed by the foundation. We will publicly announce that on X. The recent activities spotted are not part of the KEF plans. Now, I'm not sure exactly what plans they are referring to. If you guys know, then let me know in the chat right now. But I'm not sure what activities he's referring to. I don't think it's change, as this post here seems to seem like they're very, very close to Kaspa. But again, this is coming from change, not from Kaspa Dex himself. Maybe they have made a post. Maybe the KF and Kaspa have made a post about this. I don't think I've seen one. Ultimately, right now, see Kaspa here. The same for Kaspa. Check out Chris Kang's most recent post, and we want to make a public announcement for partners. Chris Kang has not got a recent post regarding change right now. Not that I can see, at least from when I scrolled through. I don't see anything from Chris Kang announcing publicly that change are in partnership with them. So it's, again, my whole point of this right now. It's, as always, do your own research, don't be emotional, be logical, and always make sure you know what you're investing into. I know I had people in my chat yesterday asking if you can invest into the Change Finance Dex, and despite, yes, I do believe that this is legit, I'd like to believe it's legit, there's a lot of information to support it's legit, until we get the official announcements of partnerships from the KEF or Kaspa or Chris Kang, it's really just hearsay. Again, remember what happened with KDX not even 2 weeks ago. They seem to be very, very close to KRC20, talking about it a lot. And they just took everyone's money. Now, of course, with Change Finance, you have these KRC20, these KRC20, these key, their own ticketers. So you've got CUSDT and CUSDC, which is Change Finance's stablecoins on top of KRC20. And also you have C Ethereum, and you also have C Bitcoin. So they seemingly are integrated into KRC20 already, but as we've already known, these projects, these exchanges can just build on top of this off KRC20 whenever they want to. We already have had meme tokens that seemingly are scams. And again, KDX seemingly did the same thing. They can just build up on top of it if they want to. So you just got to be very, very careful whenever you're, getting involved into a project. Again, Change Finance said they're working on Kaspa for over a year, which seemed very good. They had a lot of support, which I'm not surprised they haven't, because we want to see a Dex coming to Kaspa. They've got a lot of stuff incoming as well, seemingly with their whole stable coins and two biggest cryptocurrencies on the KRC20. And you got here Kaspa Dex for KRC20. You got Change Finance in collaboration with Kaspa. We're open testing for KRC20 Dex this Friday, so that's tomorrow. Tomorrow we will end up seeing, hopefully, this come out, which could be very, very big. Again, a Dex to Kaspa would be very, very big. There's no doubt about it. And you got here from Alex Crypto Dubai as well. Huge news, Kaspa. They got a Kaspa Dex. Ultimately, just talk about the fact that Jonathan Sompolinsky has a historical relationship with Change Finance, and he has tested their tech, and the Kaspa bridge has worked well for a year at least. So at this point right now, there seems to be, again, but the only reason again why I'm a bit hesitant is because as much as this seems very, very true, when asked to give proof, where did you read this? In an X space recently, linked to the relevant space, Alex did his due diligence and linked it. Shout out to him, not flooding him at all. He did it due diligence, he did it. Shout out to him, but the post is now unavailable. So the post has been taken down. So it's just then, it's right now that lingering doubt that you need to keep in mind and be very, very careful until we see this thing come out on Friday, tomorrow, and more importantly, until we see the public announcements come out from either Kasplex, the KEF, or from Chris Kang himself. Just remain vigilant. The last thing you want to do is to end up getting caught out like having a KDX and get scammed and lose out on your money. I do believe a Dex, a platform will come to KRC20 very, very soon, which will help inherently with the price of Kaspa and its adoption going forward. We do want to see a Dex, and I'm sure we'll see one very, very soon. But until we get these announcements, nothing is set in stone. So when you see all this amazing stuff about Change Finance, I mean, I've been putting all this stuff in my community, again, my free Discord server, all the information about Change Finance, all this amazing stuff coming through to it now, because this is what I've been seeing. It's what I've been seeing, and I've been excited about it, of course, thinking, yes, we're going to have a Dex coming to Kaspa, but now I see this, I'm like, okay, now as doing my due diligence as, the educator that I'm trying to be in this space for the Kaspa community as well, I'm going to be linking all this stuff in my Discord server, free of charge, of course. My free Discord server, I'm going to link it all in there to let everyone know that despite what's coming with change, despite what's going to happen tomorrow seemingly, and it seems very, very big news, just be patient and remain vigilant. Wait to see what's going to come out from Kasplex, KEF, and Chris Kang. See if they make the announcement saying, yes, Change Finance is here for us. We've seen there was I'm going to go on to Kaspa and through this as page here. There was a AMA that happened recently. This one here. KRC20, Kaspa KRC20 ecosystem catalyst Dex wanted, right? Change Finance the host. Now, I have not listened to it. I'll be full disclosure, I've not listened to it just yet. I do plan to. I don't know if there was anyone from the Kasplex team in there. If Wolfie's in there, fantastic, cool. Like, Wolfie's, again, a very well-known figure, but when it comes to Kasplex KRC20, what you really want to see again is one of these two, or Chris Kang, one of those three, talking and confirming the legitimacy. They didn't do it with KDX. Again, if I show you Chris Kang, on the 20th of September, which I believe was 5 days after KRC20 launched, and KDX was just growing more and more. I think this was just before KDX scammed people. He said, "It's sad to see that despite the warnings, there are still people participating in the KDX pre-sale. The Kasplex team will prioritize the development of KRC20 swap features. Do not trust any team claiming to have independent KRC20 swaps or DEXs." He made this announcement on the 20th of September, which is about 2 weeks ago now. And we've not heard confirmation yet of Change Finance. I'm not telling you change is, wrong. I'm not saying change is going to be a problem right now, because there's nothing. Right now I'm saying just issue caution. Just keep your wits about you and be cautious of it. That's all. If it ends up being legit, fantastic. Kaspa could hopefully see some massive adoption coming from that, and hopefully some price action, because again, Kaspa's price action, truth be told, has been quite lackluster recently. But if it ends up being another scam, then please, please, please do your due diligence, listen to what I'm saying to you, and just second guess. You always want to do your own research and second guess. This stuff is amazing, of course, but until you get the confirmation from these three, just be patient. We still have time. Again, Kaspa right now is at 14.3 cents. Currently not really moving right now on the daily time frame, but it's still it's 14 cents. I truly believe we wouldn't see a Kaspa this cheap again. And of course I didn't, because I saw all the amazing stuff coming for Kaspa, and also I didn't predict that the port strikes would happen. I knew about them, but I thought they would fix it beforehand. And more importantly, as much as I know the stuff in the Middle East has been happening constantly, I didn't think that it'd go up to that, it'd escalate. I didn't think it'd escalate, and of course that caused a massive panic in the market. Of course it would. So that's why I always say, this is what I predict is going to happen. But again, I could be wrong. Not a financial advisor, of course, and it depends what other market sentiments happen. You can always predict in advance what will happen to an extent, right? When this stuff was happening here, when I first started doing my streams, more or less around this date. I said Kaspa's at all-time high. It might push higher, but we'll have to wait and see because the Fed didn't cut rates. And every other country around the world seemingly did cut rates. Warren Buffett then decided to sell half his stock in Apple. Japan decided to change their monetary policies, which then caused the yen to rise against the dollar, and that caused this massive crash in the market. That was something that we saw happening, and we could predict, to an extent, what might be the fallout in the market. The stuff in the Middle East, as, heartbreaking as that is, that happened, out of the blue in a sense. It's been happening a lot, the whole situation, the drama, if you will, without a better choice of words, but them actually launching missiles, that happened, just like that. No one predicted that's going to happen on that day. At the same day, also there being port strikes, which therefore reduced the supply chain happening in America, as 5 out of 10 of the biggest ports in North America have now been shut down because of these strikes. That caused this correction right now in Kaspa and Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin came down from around 66k, trying to push towards its next level up at 68, or making the move seemingly towards it. Now it's down to 60k. And it may come down further. We don't know yet. Seemingly, Dr. Martin Heisberg, Uphold's director of research, he's someone who's paid to be right about these things. Let's not say he's going to be right. Again, he's not a financial advisor. He has arguably a better opinion and better understanding than anyone else does. But he's not, the be-all and end-all. But at the same time, he says here, not looking good after the EU morning rebound. New low in sights. The weekly chart points to much harder fall than they tell me. So seemingly he's hinting at the possibility that we might see Bitcoin and therefore crypto correct a little bit further. Now, what does that mean for you? Is Uptober cancelled then? No, I don't think it is at all. I don't believe it is at all. I think if anything, that's a great opportunity for you to hopefully buy more dips if you have the capital to do so. If you want to do so. Again, not a financial advisor, do as you wish. But me right now with Kaspa when it was correcting, I bought Kaspa. Just quickly get rid of my drawings here because they're just doing my OCD in. But I bought Kaspa down here when it came down. This wick here on the 1st when the missiles flew off and the port strikes happened. I got it around 14.33 cents, and now Kaspa come down a little bit lower, and I'm holding off right now because I don't need to get Kaspa right here. Like, I have enough Kaspa. I don't need to be, constantly filling my bag. I'm waiting. If Kaspa comes back down to 13, I'll buy then. If Kaspa decides to go back up, cool. I've already got a bag, and then I might buy again if it goes up higher. Again, I could, put more in now, but I'm not being emotional. I'm not panicking. If Kaspa goes up, fantastic. I make my money. If it doesn't, then, and it comes back down more, okay. Well, I bought a dip, buy another dip, and I'll keep buying more and more to fill my bags to hopefully end up making more capital in the future. So yes, is Uptober cancelled? I don't believe it is. I think what he's saying here is we might see lower lows in sight, but again, as history has shown us time and time again, if we have a bullish September, which we did, one of the most bullish we've ever seen, I think it was 10%, 7.7% up. All of Q4, October, November, and December are all green. But what also historically happens in October is the first few weeks of October is actually bearish, and by that I just mean it just corrects. Obviously, the stuff happening in Israel and the port strikes, those two main catalysts, was caused a more severe correction than maybe we were expecting. But it's not out of the ordinary at all. It's really, really not. What we'll likely see, in my opinion, is potentially we'll see some more corrections. I'd love to see some more corrections. I want to buy more cheap Kaspa, of course. Might see some more corrections. Kaspa might consolidate in this region again. Maybe it'll come lower. But then I think in the second half of October, so after the 15th of October going up, we'll start seeing us push up, and we'll probably end up finishing slightly positive, going towards the elections. And the elections have normally been the biggest catalyst to see this just straight up arrows. We'll talk about more so why I believe we're going to see more bullish stuff incoming. We've got a lot of other crypto developments here as well. Bullish sentiment through the roof, all this stuff, and of course we'll talk about the XRP news. I'll get into that in a moment. But ultimately, right now, this is why, even so, Kaspa being in the position it's in right now, despite again the seeming potential worries of this sort of potential scam again, I'm not too bothered. I'm just trying to inform you all to be careful, do your research, but I'm not worried about the price action for Kaspa right now because I still strongly believe in where it's going to go in the future, which I also will get into as always, why I believe Kaspa is going to do very, very well in this cycle. And I just take it as a good opportunity. This is why I'm bullish on Kaspa, and that's also why I talk about Kaspa, but also why I'm so bullish on the crypto space, because of everything else that's coming in the near future. Leo, my man, welcome back to the stream, and as always, yes, if you enjoy these streams, be doing these daily now for, I think, 65, 66 days in a row, every single day without fail, then make sure you leave a like on the stream. It helps me out more than you know. Share with your friends, and get them more involved in the channel and the space for Kaspa. If they want to get involved in Kaspa, now's probably the best time to do so, and subscribe for more. And also, speaking of which, being a great time to get into Kaspa, I have this here. Those who watched my last video, I made it yesterday. Made a video yesterday talking about, a new Dex incoming, of course, talking about change finance, which, seems like a very, very good thing again, but obviously I've now just informed you, as much as it seems great, be careful, because this could end up being something that we're not expecting it right now. So just be very, very careful right now. And yeah, this is just something else that I have from Pionex, basically just any new users that are, follow my channel. Any users that have, not signed up to Pionex just yet. If you sign up to Pionex through my referral link, which will be in the description of my videos and also in the pinned comments of my videos, then the new users who join will end up, if they deposit 100 USDT, you have the chance to earn an extra 10 as well. So there's another incentive right now from Pionex, one of the cheapest US exchange, and Pionex are probably the only two exchanges right now in America that you can buy Kaspa on, where you can actually buy cheap Kaspa, and you end up getting a incentive to buy it as well. So that's quite cool. I think that's quite cool for them to do that, and potentially a good opportunity for all of those who want to get into it. Basically, again, that's not me telling you go and do it. I'm just saying that's again, if you join up to Pionex through my referral link and you deposit at least 100 USDT, you'll get an extra 10, and you can put that into Kaspa. And Kaspa, again, being at 14.3 cents, could be a very, very good opportunity for you. And I think we might, again, with where crypto's going, we might see lower lows. If we see lower lows, fantastic. If we don't, then again, this might be a point where we see Kaspa just start making its move towards the upside again. What's up, Vaselexo? What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Hello, Muhammad, my man. Welcome back to the stream. Hey, fam. What's up, Mike? Welcome back to the stream, my man. In time, people will wish for these prices. Exactly. Right now, of course, Kaspa's down, and people, of course, are panicking and they're flooding it, and I get that much. I do. I really, really do. But one factor that I always take into account is that Bitcoin versus Kaspa, even with Kaspa correcting the way it is, it's still 82% up against Bitcoin, so that's good. More importantly, the Hashrate for Kaspa is still doing very, very well, reaching new all-time highs again now, starting to do it again, peaking at 1.18, which you might see it go up again very, very soon, because I believe, I'm not sure who it was, but someone confirmed or told me yesterday that Ice River are going to be releasing and shipping out their home miners to the people who bought them middle of this month, 15th of October, which would therefore mean more miners coming online for Kaspa. But more importantly as well, if I go to the dashboard, the reduction, the next one, is almost a day away now, which that will mean the rewards will cut, will therefore mean that the miners who want to make the same amount of money, or at least break even, they'd have to increase the amount they're mining Kaspa, which will therefore correlate most likely into a rise in hash rate. And that's the two most important factors for Kaspa to me, why I still believe in the project. A, proof of work project that's still got a high hash rate, that's not dipping, it's staying strong and growing little bit by little bit right now. The problem is right now people will be a bit upset by it because, of course, we had this, and now it's kind of plateaued a little bit again. But we had that. We had a good segment for it, and now it's plateaued. Not everything's going to just be up and down. Same thing you can offer Kaspa's price. Kaspa right now, not everything, like we saw ups and down constantly. Obviously right now, it's down again. But not everything's just going to be straight to the moon. We're just coming out of a bear market. We're starting a bull cycle. We're still early. We're still very, very early. So I'm not worried about Kaspa with where it's at. It's still above Bitcoin and how it's performing. It's still got a high hash rate. And again, you've got much more coming for Kaspa. Potentially a Dex coming tomorrow. We'll hear about it more very, very soon. Again, those who joined the stream a little bit late. I made a video yesterday talking about, time to celebrate the fact that Kaspa's cheap. And there's, a new KF20 Dex coming, which is very, very cool. But ultimately right now we're seeing stuff like this. Change Finance saying, been working for Kaspa for over a year. And, ultimately just talking about the fact that they're going to be, close with Kaspa and how big it's going to be, which seems very, very cool. Of course, influencers are talking about it as well, KOLs, talking about, collaboration with those two. And we're going to see a Dex coming tomorrow, which is very, very cool. Prepare for massive cash liquidity injection that will boost the fair market trading volume, and the fees of miners from across the Hashrate ecosystem. And then also this came from Alex Crypto Dubai. Ultimately, just again, people asking, really, really cool what you said about, how big it's going to be. The fact that Jonathan Topolinsky apparently has an historical relationship with Change Finance. Where's the proof of that? Well, apparently it was in this post here from Change Finance. But the post doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know what that means. Whether it means that, again, they're just lying, I'm not sure. Again, it's tough to say. It's tough to say. So, and the message you've got to keep in mind as well is that Kaspa Dex and KEF and, well, in relation to Kaspa Dex, KEF say, yes, don't just trust a DEX because they say they're a DEX for KRC20. Make sure that we confirm it first. And Chris Kang will also confirm partnerships as well, make public announcements of partners. So again, just issue caution and be careful, do your own research. As much as this is very, very good news, don't go in blindly because they say it's a DEX. Don't do a P of KDX. Make sure you get confirmation from these people. Potentially it's worth even asking them, if they reply, is Change Finance, obviously they're going to keep some of their cards close to their chest because they're trying to, work on secret projects. They have NDEs, probably NDAs they can't disclose, non-disclosures. But it's always worth just trying to reach out to them, ask them, is Change Finance legit or is it a scam? I've not seen you make an announcement about it yet. What's up with that? They might be waiting for it. Maybe they've done it. I'm not sure. But be careful, ultimately. But ultimately, I still think Kaspa's in a very, very strong position right now. I still think it is. Again, Kaspa, I think, if anything, it's in a stronger position because for us, people who are already invested, who obviously believe in Kaspa where it's going to go, I think we're still in a very, very strong position because I think at this point, Kaspa's at, 14.21 cents. It's coming down a little bit. If it comes to 13.5 by the end of the stream, I might close it early. I might close the stream early to go and buy more Kaspa, honestly. Because again, this is an opportunity for me that I'm looking forward to buy more cheap Kaspa. And you're seeing stuff like this, new era of travel payments with now payments and Kaspa. It's very, very cool. And of course, then you've got this as well from Coinpedia. Again, it's just Coinpedia Markets, another one of those Twitter pages. But these are the top 5 cryptocurrencies poised to be listed on Binance, number 1 crypto exchange in 2024 this year. You've got Dog, Bone, Ice, Cat, but of course number 1 you have Kaspa. Now again, this is just not confirmation or anything. This is speculation. But then when you dig a little bit deeper, you think, okay, well actually, it has some form of logic behind it. Because again, if we know what Kaspa's done with Binance already, they have a futures market already, a Kas futures on Binance. They recently, as of a month or 2 ago, launched a zero fees mining pool with Kaspa. And then shortly after they launched that mining pool, they then had an AMA, a live stream with Kaspa, Binance, where you had Nicholas Sismil and Wolfie on there talking about Kaspa to Binance. Also keep in mind that Nicholas Sismil, who now works for Kas Media, he used to work for Binance US, head of their listing research. So he has, the connection to Binance already. And, the stream was very, very successful. The stream had over 70,000 views. It had 20,000 more views than their Back to India, Binance's Back to India stream, which had 50,000, and it also had 10 times more views than they get on average. So there's a lot of, sentiment behind, Kaspa's adoption and belief and, what the FOMO around Kaspa that Binance will evidently recognize from the fact that the stream had so much attention. One of not their highest ever watched stream. And then, a day after that AMA, that live stream, even though Bitcoin already exists, they never did it beforehand, but after that AMA, that live stream, then Binance released a blog titled 100% Understanding of Hashrate. I'm going to load all this stuff up for you so you don't think I'm just waffling. People in my stream for a long time, I'm telling the truth, but I'll show you just so you know I'm not waffling. Get the Binance stuff up. But yeah, Binance had a lot of connection to Kaspa. It makes me very, very bullish for what's coming to Kaspa, because Binance seemingly does have a connection to Kaspa and what they're trying to do, and they have belief in them. Okay, here's one. Yeah, so we had that. Zero fees mining, but everyone should know about that. And then we have this. It happened a day afterwards. Day after they had that mining pool. After reading this blog, you will understand your understanding of hash rate will be at 100%. That was the day after they had an AMA of Kaspa. The Bitcoin exists already, but they do it after Kaspa. I'm just saying, it's a weird coincidence. obviously coincidences exist, but I think there's a level where it's like too many coincidences for just to be just a coincidence. It might be something that's, you know, hidden in the shadows sort of thing, something hidden in plain sight. So, you know, again, this is speculation, but I think it's built on some form of profound logic where you could potentially see Binance decide to list Kaspa before the end of the year. I think we'll see Kraken before the end of this year. I still think we'll see Kraken this month. If I don't get Kraken this month, so be it, but I think we'll see Kraken before the end of the year. And I think Binance has a decent chance to launch Kaspa because of everything they already have in adoption. And if Binance launches Kaspa, I truthfully believe that all the other big exchanges will quickly follow in suit, because Binance listing of Kaspa will cause out of all the exchanges here, of course, Binance being the biggest one, a Binance listing will cause the most volatile jump out of every other exchange. And of those who understand Kaspa, and again, these exchanges know of Kaspa. Wolfie confirmed they've been talking to the top tier, the top exchanges, 6 of them, for over 6 months. And we know Kraken wants to list them in their roadmap. Binance has a lot of connections to them, as I just told you. Coinbase funded their research, and they have many more connections as well, the likes of BlackRock and Marathon, and therefore Kaspa, the likes of Ibrahim, what's his name? I'm trying to, it's Ibrahim Usul, I think. Ibrahim, yeah, this post here, where you had Ibrahim Usul, who is now the Global Business Development Director. This man here, the Global Business Development Director of Coinbase, who is a Kaspa investor. And he also made a post, I won't be able to find the post, I didn't actually catch this one unfortunately, but he made a post, but he's just saying, yeah, the stuff that Kaspa building with 10 BPS crescendo is very, very big. So Coinbase has connections as well. And then of course you need to have OKX, who is a venture arm of the KEF. The connections are there with major exchanges to Kaspa already. So I'm not worried about Kaspa not getting the adoption. I think it will in due time. And until then, Kaspa price will stay low, which for me is a great opportunity to buy more cheap Kaspa. And the adoption for Kaspa will come with listings and, you know, everything else they're building, and potentially, hopefully, maybe this new dex coming to Kaspa as well. But then it's also the real world developments as well, which I'm going to get into just a moment whilst answering some questions. So yeah, 90% of altcoins are down. In fact, Kaspa is actually weathering this really well when you look at the market as a whole. Yeah, I completely agree. When you look at, like, all altcoins right now are down. Some of them are more like Myriad down 8%, 2%, 8% on the daily right now. Some of them are down, obviously down a lot more since the actual thing happened. Kaspa's come down, you know, it came down quite severely to 14 cents and then, you know, come back up, came down again. But look, it's not actually gone below this wick just yet. Again, it might happen. We don't know, but it's not come below this wick just yet. So this might actually be the low for Kaspa. It might be. We'll have to wait and see. Again, Dr. Potter Heisenberg seems to believe that we're going to end up seeing potentially some lower lows incoming, which I wouldn't be surprised in seeing, but also I wouldn't be worried about it because I do still believe we'll have an Uptober from here. Uptober I don't believe is cancelled. I think we're going to end up seeing an Uptober based on all the other stuff coming here as well. But the sentiment is through the roof right now. US equity futures positioning by investors, excluding market makers, just hit a net long of $290 billion, the most on record. That is a very, very big deal. So investors are all in on stocks right now. And with the way crypto is maturing as an asset class, ultimately we're going to start seeing an increase in adoption and, you know, and start having it with crypto as well. Right now crypto's down, of course, but I think we're going to start seeing it happen more and more in due time. Since the beginning of the year, net long positions have more than doubled. This is also twice as high as during the previous peaks seen in early 2018 and 2020. So what we're basically seeing now is the global liquidity that exists in the world is starting to be shifted more and more into markets, into investment markets, stocks, commodities like gold, crypto is growing quickly as one to become also a hedge against inflation, as Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, confirmed. Got to start seeing this shift happen more and more. Don't let the short-term price action or what's happening right now make you emotional and make you affect how to trade effectively. Don't let this short-term price action affect you emotionally and make you irrational when trading. Keep a level head. Don't be emotional. Be logical and look at the long-term side of things. Crypto's down right now. Yeah, if crypto's going to do badly and not have a bull cycle, if you believe that, then you don't need to be in the stream, don't need to be in the bull, you don't need in crypto. I'm not trying to even throw shade at you. If you don't believe there's going to be a crypto bull cycle, then don't be in crypto. That's fine. If you don't believe it's going to do well, then just go and work a 9-to-5 job. Or invest in gold or something and just try and build off that. But making money right now has never been so hard in your life. That's why everyone's so bullish on crypto, because making money has never been as hard as ever before. Living in the economy we're in right now has never been harder ever before. Everything is extortionately expensive and you're making zero money from it, where crypto is that chance for many of us, if not all of us right now, to have that ability to get out of this asset, this class we're in right now. I'm not saying we're lower class, I'm just saying this class we're in right now where we're being, we're being suppressed by, the people who have a lot more money than us, the whales and the institutions. It's a chance for us to actually have the ability to make money and just do what we want. Instead of having to ask for permission or worrying if you haven't got enough money for it, you just do what you want. That's what crypto's about. And if you find that asset that you believe in that's going to do well, for me it's Kaspa. I'm going to hold Kaspa for 10 plus years. I said that I think it has the potential to reach $100 in the future to come. Holding it at 14 cents, if it hits $100, if I just round that up to 20, the 500x from here. Like that's something that's going to end up generating me, hopefully, some financial. Well, if 100x, that should, if it reaches $100 at least, that should generate me financial freedom. It should generate all of us financial freedom, hopefully, as long as you invest enough of it. Again, that's why I hold Kaspa. And there's many assets in this space that can do that. Again, that's why I also created a free to join Discord server. We're talking about Kaspa in there, of course, but also trying to understand market sentiments, but ultimately also trying to understand just other crypto assets. Build our knowledge in all of them to find the best way, hopefully, to make as much money as possible in the cycle. And the cycle to come, hopefully, following that as well. And we're going to see a big cycle here as well. I do believe that. Looky here. The $8 billion Standard Chartered Bank said the Bitcoin dip under 60k should be bought into. So that's an institution now telling you, if Bitcoin dips below 60k, which is seemingly on the border of, it's kind of hovering around that, it should be bought into. So they're kind of confirming right now, okay, so 60k Bitcoin should be the bottom now. I think, says in an interview on Fox Business, I believe the underlying technology, which he's referring to blockchain, is fantastic. That's one of many things he stated about blockchain and crypto technology and Bitcoin that is going to revolutionize this space. And we're seeing more stuff about that again. Visa right now has launched its platform to tokenize digital asset management. Institutions are taking over in full swing. You've got this as well. Where is it? Banks around the world will next year start live trials of digital assets and currency transactions over the SWIFT network. And there are many more networks as well like that. Ripple seems to be one that's very high in demand with institutions as well. That's why I hold XRP, despite the price I'm with it right now. That's why I hold XRP, because they seem to be one by institutions. But SWIFT, of course, is the global messaging system. But again, we'll see. This is confirming what Larry Fink stated about the fact that we're going to start seeing, blockchain become an integral part of the monetary system, which will inherently mean that assets that are on that blockchain, or again, let's say XRP, for example, if institutions start using XRP ledger, XRP will increase in value and adoption and price. Same thing with Kaspa. When Kaspa has its own DEX coming out, its own platform coming out, which we might see when we're smart, we'll probably see more of a full, shift in development with it when you have the smart contracts coming out for Kaspa and the DAG Knight. When that comes out, you'll start seeing these institutions probably jump to Kaspa's chain or block DAG. And then you start seeing the inherent use case and liquidity flowing into that chain, into the DAG, into Kaspa, which increases in price. And Kaspa has so much coming on with it with the KRI as well, which is going to make it inherently a very integral part of cross-border payments, of supply chain, of the commodity market, the real estate market, the energy market, of course, being the most important one. This is where my mindset is with Kaspa. And this is also proof of what's happening right now. We're seeing this happening more and more. Bank of America is down. Customers report zero balances. We're seeing the branches of banks right now shutting down across the country, not just in the United States. Of course, I don't know there because I don't live there, but I've seen this information all over the place. It happens in the UK as well. Where I'm at, I'm sure worldwide bank branches are shutting down more and more. They're doing it so they can try and make this shift towards, banks are shutting down, crisis alert, we need a solution, or how about a 24/7 bank that's open all the time? CBDCs, here you go. That's what they're going to do. That's what I believe they're going to do. And it's also supporting the blockchain technology. CBDCs are running off blockchain technology. America right now is in need of CBDCs and crypto technology because it's heading for bankruptcy. A new record amount of US government debt on the first day of the government fiscal year, $204 billion in one day. America's in a situation right now where they need to make a drastic change to save themselves, if anything. And, I think blockchain will do that for them. And that's why I also believe in crypto. Crypto right now, they're getting involved in it more and more because they believe in the technology and what's going to be as an inherent asset class, as a form of money, as a form of technology. The whole next stage of digital evolution. What the internet was for information, you had newspapers before and word of mouth. Now you have internet to find everything. Like you're listening to me right now. That's what crypto's going to be for payments. Instead of you having to pay with, gold back in the day, or even more so paper money now, which has no real value, but is being told you has value. Now you have crypto, where it's going to be, and you have, these payment rails of intelligent technology and DeFi and whatever it may be, and these protocols that are going to be inherent to helping the fact that banks, when they close down on holidays and weekends and, after a certain hour, these crypto technology stuff, this blockchain, will never close down. So you'll always have access to your money, to your banks, to take money in and out, whatever you may do. That's why people are so bullish on crypto. That's why institutions are getting more and more. That's why they're so bullish on crypto. That's why Visa's getting more involved with tokenization. The fact that you're seeing, again, when this crash happened with Bitcoin. I say it wasn't even a crash, it was a heavy correction. Crash means 10% over. The heavy correction in Bitcoin that happened after the news in the Middle East and whatnot. Retail sold, the total outflow to Bitcoin, I think around that time was over $500 million. So I think over $500 million. Majority of that was retailers, people like us. A smaller percentage of that was from the investors. Look, the Bitcoin crash, you got one of the whales has bought, nearly $204 million worth of Bitcoin on Binance. So the retailing is panicking, but the whales and the institutions are loading their bags. The people who have money are loading their bags at the dips, and the retailers, people who don't have the capital because they're worried about it, don't have enough money to get in crypto in the first place, they're dumping to try and save their assets because they're investing with their life savings and they shouldn't be doing it. They're not investing with excess money they can afford to lose. Some people don't have that luxury, I get that much. I can imagine that much, but you need to be very careful when investing. Always make sure that you're doing a research and make sure you're, not investing with money that you can afford to lose, that you can't afford to lose. Invest money that you can afford to lose, at least. Because the people who have big money, the institutions and the whales, they're the ones buying more and more at these dips. People who haven't got the capital are the ones that are panicking. And then one's going to end up missing out. They're going to get squeezed out of the space. Being a trader is a tough thing to be. It's very, very hard to make money as a trader because most people don't have the knack for it. They haven't got the backbone for it, which I get. That's why you've got to detach emotion from it. You see the Middle East stuff, and you're like, when the Middle East stuff happened and the port strikes happened, I didn't think, oh no, crypto's crashing, I'm going to lose my bags. I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. We'll see a correction probably. And I was like, okay, well, I'll buy the dip then. With XRP, having a bigger dip because, it had a dip following the port strikes, whatever, and then it had the whole SEC appeal thing, and it came down further. I bought that dip. Like, I don't care. I know what I hold. I bought a little. I didn't buy a lot. I literally put in probably $50. Nothing crazy. But I bought the dip because I was like, okay, well, it's come down, and I still believe it's going to go up, so I'll buy it. I'm not, getting emotional by the fact that crypto's coming down. I'm like, I'm going to lose my money. I'm like, okay, well, long-term side of things, I still believe crypto's going to go up. I still have my price targets in my head of where these projects should be. So I'm just taking that opportunity to buy more. Me personally, again, you do your own research and devise your own trading strategy. So now I mentioned XRP. Let's really talk about the news because I know people want to hear about it a little bit, I guess, probably to laugh at me. But here, XRP can't catch a break. The SEC files notice of appeal in the report XRP case. Of course, this follows the fact that Bitwise launched or filed for an ETF, and then hours after that, Gary Gensler and the SEC was like, ha, you thought you'll never get this, la 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 la. Yeah, you're not getting that. So they cancelled it. And they just said, yeah, we're now going to appeal it, which I don't understand why. Brad Garlinghouse is fuming. So obviously it comes from, sort of old authorities talking about the appeal being disappointing. Brad Garlinghouse just saying, yeah, it's just ridiculous, basically. And, he asked you surprised, like, I'm not surprised, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed that the SEC is spending our taxpayer money on a losing battle. And that's the truth of the matter. Whether you believe in XRP or not, it is a losing battle. SEC has lost every single court appeal, every single court case, everything they have tried to attack Ripple for, they have lost every time. XRP has already been given that legal clarity from Judge Torres, and they're trying to argue it, but they have nothing to go off. They're just arguing for the sake of arguing it. They have no evidence to support it. They're just trying to delay time. They're wasting money to delay XRP and therefore effectively crypto as well. Regardless, we will prevail for Ripple and the XRP army and the crypto industry. That's currently where my head's at. Again, with XRP, we're seeing this happen. It's jarring. It's not surprising because, again, Gary Gensler just seems to have some form of agenda against XRP. Maybe he's butthurt because he's been defeated time and time again. Ripple's the only one to actually stand against them properly, and they're winning quite convincingly. But yeah, it's just for me an opportunity to buy cheap XRP. The same way how the port strikes and the Middle East situation was a chance for me to buy cheap Kaspa. And I'm hoping to see more cheap prices so I can buy more, because long term, like worst case scenario end of this year, I think Kaspa will reach 35 cents. Worst case end of this year, 35 cents. And that, you know, is like 2.5x from here. No, 2.3x from here. No, yeah, 2.5x, give or take, 2.5x from here, more or less. You know, 150% increase from that point. Yeah, so that's currently where I think I'm going to reach at the very worst case. And worst case is, you know, no tier 1 listings and anything like that. But we're going to get a Kraken listing. We might get a Binance listing. You know, speculation's still up there. We might see more adoption and development coming through. We might get a Dex. But again, we have to wait for the confirmation. This sort of stuff is going to help Kaspa price going forward, but we don't know yet. But we're seeing all the stuff happening with crypto right now. Franklin Templeton submits a proposal for Bitcoin and Ethereum index ETF to the United States SEC. So Franklin Templeton now trying to get involved more and more. This ETF would be the first combined Bitcoin and Ethereum single fund. So now going to translate ETF for both of them as a basket. Not just Bitcoin, not just Ethereum. You can get an ETF for the both of them combined. And be the first in history. So the SEC will approve it? Who knows? Probably not, because they're trying to. Much of these two seem to have the clarity. You know, they've kind of said, yeah, these two are fine. The SEC tries to do everything they can to stop anything regarding crypto right now. So yeah, that's currently where my head's out of crypto, ultimately. Yeah, exactly. You bought the same time to me. Yeah, I remember you saying, we were talking about it again in my community last night or the night before, where, you know, this came down, and some of us didn't have the money to do so, unfortunately, but some of us who did have some excess thought, yeah, I'm going to just, you know, buy the dip where I can. I don't need to buy more Kaspa, but I choose to because I want to make as much money as possible, and I think buying a dip is a good thing to do. I DCA into it. And, you know, bought a dip down here, just like you did. More central exchange listings and smart contracts, still time ahead. Can't wait for when you zoom out. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Right now, we're in a predicament where Kaspa is not very high in value. It's come down from its, you know, all-time high back basically last year. But when you zoom out, you see this. And just think about what this is going to look like when you have the big tier 1s and the smart contracts in the next 2-3 years. Maybe even earlier, we'll have to wait and see. This will look ridiculous. It will look like, just like how you see other crypto markets during the bull cycle. Like, just get Bitcoin up, for example. You see Bitcoin had this massive peak here. You'll see the same thing with Kaspa in this cycle. You'll see that. Kaspa's not going to go up like... Kaspa's not going to continue in this like fashion. Much of, you know, Kaspa seemingly follows the power law, and people believe it's going to stick in that power law. I don't. I think Kaspa's going to adhere to the power law to an extent, and then when the institutional adoption comes in and the trillions of dollars flood into the market, Kaspa is going to have too much liquidity to just stay down in the power law. It's going to end up pushing up again. Kaspa's not going to do... Kaspa right now has been doing this, had a bit of a spike there, but most of it just kind of been going in this diagonal momentum up here in the log bottom, this like this. When these tier 1s come out, when the market properly takes off, it's going to start doing this buy bit thing where I'm going to be doing that, just straight up. That's what I see is going to happen with Kaspa, truly. You just need the adoption to come through, and that's not just Kaspa adoption with tier 1s and KRI. I'm talking about institutional adoption with crypto and regulatory frameworks in the United States, which that is... Whether it's going to happen, we don't know. Speculation was that's going to happen before the elections, so this month basically, before the November elections. But with Gary Gensler, the way he's going about things, who knows? I'd be surprised, honestly. Yeah, and Kraken's just around the corner as well. Again, speculation's going to happen this month. If not, it'll happen probably this year. I'm very confident in that. Don't miss today's Nacho Nations X meeting. Oh, well, I did not know about that. Well, I'll make sure to keep that in mind and try and tune in for that if I get the time. Have you bought any KES 20 tokens yet? Have you looked at Pepe yet? Must be the best KES 20 chart. I mean, we can have a look at the KES 20 tokens right now. I've stated right now that I'm personally waiting for these tokens to go on some exchanges, because what you'll probably see with exchange listings, with anything, is you'll probably see the price build up ahead of the listing. When the listing's properly confirmed, you see the listing properly confirmed. You see the price go up a little bit, and then it will be listed on the exchange and it'll come back down, and then it'll start going up in price again in due time. So I'm waiting for these exchange listings to come for these meme tokens. My ones I'm most optimistic about right now is Nacho. Pepe's doing well right now. We can see up 36%, but it's got a 1 million market cap, volume 35,000. Nacho's 221,000 volume, 24 hour, and just short of 50 million market cap. Kaspa right now, people have been fighting it a little bit because it came down quite significantly from like 8 to 4 million market cap, which again, you've got to keep in mind that this stuff, as much as it's important, is not too important right now without the adoption. Without the adoption, there's going to be limited amount of movement with these projects, and people might get impatient and sell. When you get the listings, this market cap's going to explode. With Nacho, with Kaspa, with Kaspa, with Gold, all these projects, when they get the adoption, and when Kaspa also increases in value, it's going to help with these projects as well. It's just a matter of taking time. I think it's K-Swaps. Oh, so is it K-Swaps the one that has been okay, well, if it's K-Swaps, well, thank you very much for giving the information there, my man. If it is K-Swaps, because they've been advertising on X. Yeah, like I said, for the most part, I've not seen anything about K-Swaps, so thank you for letting me know. They're claiming to be a new Dex, advertising on X to be with County 20. Thank you for letting me know if that is the case. I'll make sure to look into that once the stream is done with. Because again, from what I've seen, Change Finance seems to be very, very closely related to Kaspa. They seem to be legit. But unfortunately, again, we've not seen the confirmation from Kaspa Dex or KF or Chris, so we can't know for sure. So it's just going to just remain cautious, remain vigilant. But if it is, K-Swap, then that's good to know that it's not Change Finance. That means we should hopefully see this stuff coming out tomorrow, which would be massive, massive news. A Dex coming to Kaspa would be very, very big. I don't think Binance/Coinbase will list in 2024. I'm 97% sure we will list next year when markets explode. They all want part of the Kaspa Pie transaction volume. I do believe that both Coinbase and Binance will list Kaspa this cycle. I agree with you. Maybe not this year. That's just what Coinpedia market said is, the poised to be the highest chance to be listed this year for Kaspa out of all the projects they've listed. But they could just be trying to impression farming. Could just be that. But I think Binance is inevitable. I think Coinbase equally is inevitable, but that might take a little bit longer, maybe after Binance. But again, I could be wrong. If Coinbase has first, and that's fantastic either way. But I think a lot of these projects will look at Kaspa, see that chart and be happy about it. Of course, they haven't listed it because, again, they're fair proof of work. That's why they've not, listed Kaspa. They have to build up their own accumulation of Kaspa. And if they just buy everything over the counter to be able to list it, it's going to cause, what happened to Bybit, basically. I don't know if Bybit were all at once, but Bybit went from 5 cents to 15 after Bybit announced their listing. If Binance was to buy all the liquidity it needed for Kaspa, we'd probably see it jump to like 70 cents straight away from here. I'm not saying it. It's an example. Right? I'm point being Binance is very, very big. Don't take that literally, please. But yeah, I think we'll see these two listings, Coinbase and Binance, in due time, definitely, in this cycle, and everything else will follow in suit, from Gemini to OKX to Crypto.com to Robinhood. Not to mention as well, all these regulations are going to be laid out by then. There's a lot of confirmation again. Bringing you back to this, we're starting trials for digital assets and crypto transactions on the Swift network, and that's just one of the networks that seemingly is going to be incorporated into the system right now. Ripple will be a part of it, I'm sure. XLM, Stellar will be a part of it. All these real-world assets will be a part of it. DeFi is going to be a part of it. Other sectors of it as well. I think Kaspa will be a part of it. Kaspa the KRI is going to be a part of it. Maybe not soon, maybe not like next year, but in due time, when the developments and stuff build more and more, it will be a part of it. And it might be the golden choice for all these institutions as well, because it's decentralized, which is one thing that no other institution actually has. True decentralization. But when we get the listings, that will cause, Kaspa to explode. And they want to get a piece of the Kaspa pie, no doubt about it. Wouldn't it be great if we just corrected forever, then we could just buy the dips for the rest of our lives? Wouldn't it be great? I love correcting so much. Yeah, Celias, I couldn't agree more. I love to see dips more. I get more bullish. I was more bullish in Kaspa, seeing Kaspa go from 20 cents, dropping down to 12 here, than I have been when I saw Kaspa going up and down here. I was more bullish for this correction down there, because I believe in Kaspa's long-term direction, its market trajectory, and I know that if it's coming down heavy, I'm like, great, I get to have another opportunity to buy cheap Kaspa. Some people here would have missed out on. I was lucky to get in some Kaspa at 5 cents. Some missed out on that. And some have only been able to buy at these levels here and thinking, oh, it's just unfortunate, I can't believe it. But I'm like, you're complaining about buying Kaspa sub $1. Like, that's comical. That's comical. Kaspa is very, very undervalued, very, very early. So, yeah, every dip, I choose that opportunity to buy more because I believe in where it's going to go long term. K-Swap is the scam. It's Cooper Coin Banner. Okay, well, again, I seem to have a lot of people now in my chat confirming my specification. So thank you very much to Robert Brown and also to Rayleigh effectively, we're having two people saying it. I'm now choosing to believe it's quite legit. I'm also going to look it up myself to confirm it myself, but it seems to be K-Swap that's a scam, and also seems to be Cooper's. Again, I've already saw stuff regarding Cooper about it. The fact that even though it's a fair Cooper, I'm pretty sure is a fair launch. Cooper is a fair launch, 0 pre-mint, but I mean, you can see right now it's completely capitulated because it is a scam. And there was one person in particular who was shitting the hell out of it, and people were calling him out, and he blocked them for calling him out. So yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, Cooper's it proves you once again. This is the KRC20. You can launch stuff in it free of anyone can launch anything on it. You've got to make sure that it's legit though. That's why I'm also very cautious about any new meme tokens coming to KRC20 because they're the ones that are doing well, the ones that got in early. If you look at Chris Kang's profile and look at who he's following, you can see the project. Again, he's part of he's the co-founder of Kaspa Dex. Look at the people who follow, people who you have faith in. But look, Goad, despite Goad being 70% pre-minted, he's following Goad. So that gives me enough confidence that this project is not going to rug anyone. It just sucks that it's a lot of pre-mint, but it's not going to rug anyone because he follows them and he's the Kaspa Dex co-founder. You got other projects as well. You got Somps as well, despite Somps is 80% pre-minted. Again, he follows them. Kaspa Bot, 50% pre-minted, but again, he follows them. And you've got many, many more. I'm going to see if I can find one or two more just to prove it. But again, it's sort of people you need to. This is again information that's not hard to do. It's just understand how to do it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't need to follow any other ones, but we also know success seemingly of that. Therefore, the point being is those three at least. Then all those three that I mentioned are ones that have pre-minting. Goad, Somps, and Kaspa, whatever that one is, there. But they have got followed by the Kaspa co-founder, so that leaves me, enough faith to believe, okay, these projects are not going to rug you. Because if that's the case, then that means it holds him liable, and that's a problem. But he's following them, so he must have faith in them. Of course, though, for me, I'm still going to look more towards the fair launch ones because it makes me feel more comfortable, and I know Nacho and Caspi and Kaspa are all ones that I've talked with the Kaspa team. And they are very close to them. I know that much, so I like those three the most. But the other one's also there. But yeah, K-Swaps is a scam, so I mean, yeah, it's another scam. Therefore, the Kaspa Dex scam again is another one. K-Swaps is the I can see it and showcase it next time round. But yeah, again, it's just once more, K-Swaps is the scam, and Change Finance hasn't got the official announcement from any of these three to be careful. Kaspa Dex, KF, and Chris Kang, but likely is that Well, from what I've seen, it's very, very likely that Change Finance is actually legit, and we'll see a Dex coming tomorrow, which would be very, very big for Kaspa and the meme tokens going forward as well. I saw my Kaspa and it feels great. Well, I'm happy for you, my man. I have not sold any Kaspa and I'm going to continue buying more. I bought my Kaspa and I feel great, so I bought your dip, so thank you. Silly to hear people disappointed in Kaspa being down. Everything is down. Yeah, but I mean, people are going to hate. What can you do? How do you think we can go? Good question. I'm gonna again. It depends on if Dr. Motor Hyper is correct, and if he is, I think we could potentially see Kaspa come down to 13 again. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that. But seemingly the last 3 days we've seen Kaspa, not go below 14. So maybe this is actually the bottom for Kaspa. We had it again. If you zoom in a little bit, we can see when we draw out a line. Let's get an actual line. You can see here. Let's get a different color as well, just so we can see blue. Here we can see here. So this is where happened the dip here, 14 cents, and it happened here again, 14 cents. So this seems to be a level where Kaspa has rebounded off twice. This might actually therefore resemble. This might be the bottom for Kaspa right now. We might see it come back down to test it again. If it goes below it, we'll probably see 13 cents. But otherwise, this is where I believe we might see the bottom for Kaspa here. But it depends on the direction of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down further, which seems to be a speculation it might do, then we might see Kaspa come down further as well. If not, then yeah, this might be the bottom. But I don't think, I think lowest Kaspa will go, personally, again, could be wrong, not financial advisor, do your own research, but lowest I think Kaspa will go is around here right now. But that's the low, that's like worst case. Well, not worst case, that's like, if it doesn't hold here, it'll go there. Worst case, of course, is like we go to full-blown World War III, God forbid, and it comes down, massively. Because, people just start taking all their money out and look towards, invested into like military stock and oil and stuff like that. I told this whole chat 2 weeks ago Kaspa was coming down to 14 cents while everyone here was saying it was going up, and I told you all to set buy orders. Hopefully someone listened to me. Well, hopefully someone did, my man. I didn't set buy orders, but I just bought it when it was there. But Kaspa came down, I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy here. Good afternoon, Jay. Good afternoon, Kaspa from my man. Welcome back to the stream. Mike and my man, welcome back to the stream. Bought Kaspa at 14.3, so you're exactly like me and Jay Honey. You all bought Kaspa pretty much at the exact same level. In fact, we did buy it. I bought it exactly at 14.33 as well, so that's the exact same level. Great value. If you love Kaspa a year ago or 6 months ago or 2 weeks ago, what Dr. Love, wars could have happened, Kaspa will correct. Yeah, Kaspa will correct. Crypto will correct. It's not just Kaspa, everything's correcting. It's just what happens. When you have news like this, people get emotional and people sell. But if you know what Kaspa is, you hold it long term, and you believe in the project, then this is the minor setback to a major comeback. That's the $1 million point. Kas is really young in the market, and the tools aren't there for people to incorporate it. The news is there. Kaspa's evolving at once. It reaches that point. Yeah, I agree. Again, it just comes to that. Kaspa is 11 years over that of research, but as an actual project launched, available to the market, it's only a year. Only 3 years. It's only 3 years. It's very, very young, and it's got so much incoming for Kaspa, like development-wise, tools, all this amazing stuff, but it's not out yet. It's not released to the public just yet. And you can't, stuff like smart contracts will be very, very big for Kaspa. They're not available for Kaspa. They're not here yet. They're coming, but not here yet. When that comes, that'll be a different story for Kaspa, definitely. But you've got to be patient for that. When that happens, Kaspa will not be this cheap ever again, and you'll be kicking yourself if you sold Kaspa here. In this stream, listen to me saying Kaspa's gonna do well, and you're like, oh yeah, he's just saying that again, trying to pump his bag. I'm not trying to pump my bag. I don't care if you buy. Don't buy. See if I give a hell. I don't care at all. Do what you want. I'm just trying to educate people in my community, whether it be through these streams or through my free Discord server. Link in chat once more. Trying to help being an educator as a KOL, a key. I don't even know the word. I don't know. KOL. Someone's like, what does the term mean again? KOL meaning, I forgot. I know what it is, but I can't remember the actual terminology for it. A key opinion leader. There you go. Just someone as a focal point, effectively. I'm not saying I'm the be-all and end-all, the messiah. I'm just saying I'm trying to help bring, some form of clarity and some form of understanding to a space that right now seems to lack it. And people who flood the space who are emotional, I'm trying to help you don't be emotional, be logical, and understand what it is you're holding. If you don't like what you hold because its price action's coming down, fine. But if you don't like what you hold because you don't, I think that's fine, but I think if you don't know what you hold because the technology is bad and you're believing the technology, that's fair enough. Because the price coming down, you're therefore selling because you don't like the price coming down, but you still like the technology. Then I'm like, okay, so why are you getting out now? If you think technology is going to do very, very well, why are you getting out now when it's going to end up being worth a lot more when the technology actually takes off? And you're like, oh, I could have got in and been like a really early investor and made a lot of money off it, so I'm going to invest near the top. Like it doesn't make sense. Just don't sell in a loss. Yeah, that also works as well. Start talking about banks and I got bank. Hey, what can I say, my man? What can I say? Seemingly, I must be very close to the banks then. Yeah, again, as I mentioned, Kaspa right now is in the top 30 right now. Obviously, it's come down a bit, 27. It used to be top 20. Now it was number 20 at one point. Now it's 27. But even then, top 30 of no tier ones. No other project in history of crypto has done that in this space. Being here of no tier ones, no one has ever done that in history. That's a sign to you that when we get them, what's going to happen to Kaspa? This volume will never be below 100, in my opinion. When you have all the tier ones, I would be very surprised if you get it below 100. And this will be a top 5, top 10 project comfortably. For your information, Pionex is not available for Canada. I always find using a VPN dangerous on an exchange you're not supposed to be on. I've seen exchanges freeze and confiscate assets from non-compliant users. Okay, thank you very much, Mikey. I'm sorry to hear that. I know in the UK they have a bit of a... I'd use a VPN, But in the United Kingdom, they also are a little bit. They have, in the UK they have a lot of compliance laws as well. So I know UK. I know there's people in my community who are in the UK as well who can't actually get access to Pionex, unfortunately, because Pionex just has some very, very cheap fees. I think it's 0.1%, so it's one of the cheapest on the market right now. I know Canada had a problem with it, and I know UK had a problem with it. Of course, you can use a VPN, but I understand the sentiment behind not using a VPN, because I know especially with Uphold, using a VPN, and then Uphold finds out, they freeze your account for like a week or two. So I'm sorry to hear that, my man. But at least for the American audience and those who can use Pionex, it's a very, very good, alternative to get a hold of Kaspa. Because it is, especially Pionex in the United States, they are regulated. They have a trust license. They have licensing. They're regulated in 47 states, so they are trusted. So always buy cheap Kaspa. And as Bufflink says, and Leroy, those two always reminding me, you love these videos, love these slides, you should be doing these daily. Leave a like on the stream, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Don't miss out on the news for Kaspa and crypto. I've got notification turned on, but I'm not getting an alert for the stream. Yeah, sometimes YouTube does that. Please don't hurt me, YouTube. I love YouTube, but they aren't the most consistent with that. I've had it in the past, other stuff I've done where people have said that the notifications aren't coming through, which is quite frustrating. But at least you're here now, my man. Funny how people only think have to go into $1. That is so bearish. I can explain why. Bitcoin goes to 3 trillion market cap, and Kaspa they assume 10%. That's 300 billion market cap. That's $10 Kaspa. I mean, that is a thought process to have up around, but there's nothing to say that Kaspa's going to get 10% of it. There's no guarantee Kaspa will get 10% of that. I think Kaspa $1 is bearish. I agree with you in that sentiment, but I don't have currently enough conviction to believe Kaspa will be above $10 this cycle. In future, yes. This cycle, can't say that much for sure. If it happens, fantastic. I'm not going to be against that at all, but I can't say that for sure. I can say for sure you'll see a $3 Kaspa. For sure, very strongly believe it will get a $5 Kaspa. Hopeful, $7, but 10. I'm not saying it's possible, I'm saying it's just a little more unlikely. I bought some K-Gods for the NFTs to come, hoping it's not a scam, but you're buying into the Kas NFTs. I have not got into Kas NFTs just yet. I do plan to hold some though. I've got some other mates of mine that are in NFTs, I think from the Solana network, and they're loving them. Absolutely loving them. And of course they do very, very well, they can go up in value. NFTs for me, I need to understand more about them. Of course I don't understand what NFTs are, but the way I see NFTs, I think NFTs, like adoption, how well it will do, will take off with gaming. I think when Web3 gaming properly takes off, I think we're going to start seeing NFTs become much more popular as well, because I think they work together very, very well. And I don't see as much of a value or use case with other ecosystems as much as I do with gaming. But that's just my lack of understanding, which I need to also build on, of course. Binance mining pools, Coinbase, Blackwell, Marathon Link is not impossible. Damn straight. But that is now the hour mark. It's to pass an hour. I'm going to try and answer some few more questions before I wrap up the stream for today. Try and get to the ones that I think that asking questions. October 2020, ADA was sitting at 3.15 billion market cap. Kaspa still early and better. Yeah, Kaspa is early, and it's doing better than Cardano was. And Cardano at its all-time high in the bull cycle of 2021 was just short of $4. So Kaspa, if it's already doing better than Cardano by that logic, and it's much better than technology-wise and everything than Cardano is, I don't think anyone likes. I don't know who actually likes Cardano, for real. Who actually likes that project? I don't. But Kaspa therefore should have passed Cardano from the last all-time high at the very least. That should be at least a $4 Kaspa in that regard. Then 2 weeks ago, everyone in the chat was swearing Kaspa was going up, and I said no, we're coming back down. But I got a lot of hate for it, just saying maybe I should start making YouTube. Yeah, maybe you should, my man. Maybe you should. I mean, I thought Kaspa was going up because I didn't predict that, Iran and Israel would get into that conflict and it escalated the way it did. I knew the port strikes were happening, but I didn't think the port strikes would be either that severe or potentially get resolved beforehand. But they haven't got resolved, and then, the whole thing, I didn't think it would happen. So maybe you have some sixth sense, my man. I think you've got some future sight. Give me some of that, please. I stick with the Nacho Kaspa. Yeah, the fair launch ones. I think that's good to say. I mean, obviously, yeah, fair launch to be showcased. Fair launch doesn't mean it's always going to be good. Again, Cooper's proof that fair launch doesn't mean it's always going to be, trusty. But these three, Nacho, Kaspa, and Kaspa are fair launch, and they are legit. They have a lot of partnerships, stuff like that. Nacho, of course, being the baby of KRC20, that the the bonk to Solana and the Shiba Inu to Ethereum. That shows the same thing to Kaspa, to KRC20. So that's the one I obviously look out to the most. That shows will go higher than 15 billion. If that happens, then I mean, damn, more than 15 billion. You know, if it gets to like, that would be what I can't do the maths right now. 20x to 1 billion, so 20 times 15. I'm just gonna do it on computer. 20 times 15. I can't be asked. 300. So that's a 300x then. If that reaches 15 billion market cap, that's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. Can't lie. Yeah, K-Swaps is a scam. It's Cooper rebranded. Yeah, okay. So that's the confirmation there. It's K-Swaps. That's good to know. Thank you very much, all my people. All doom and gloomers should have done their research before aping it. I guess so. Hi, everyone was just wondering on who is here from the UK using Uphold to buy Kaspa and exchanges available in UK users. Thanks. What's up, Nick? I am from the UK. Also, is Jay Honey. I use Uphold for my buying, including Kaspa, just to be safe above board. I use a VPN for my Pionex at times, obviously because I use Pionex a little bit. But also before that, I used to use L-Bank. L-Bank's not, you know, as safe as Uphold is, but the fees are cheap, and also I have a Tangent wallet, so I just use L-Bank, buy on L-Bank, so the transaction goes through, and then transfer it to my Tangent wallet, and it's all safe. And then when I want to sell it off, well, if I want to sell it off, because I've not sold any Kaspa off yet. Like, full disclosure, I'm not. Again, that's just trust me, bro, but I promise you I haven't. If I sell my Kaspa off, I'll then take it, you know, to L-Bank, transfer it to USDT, change that over to then a trusted exchange like, you know, Coinbase or whatever, or Binance, and then put it to my bank from there. Yeah, it's too funny. Yeah, damn straight. If you sold, then fine, go for it. You sold your Kaspa, you're happy about it, great. I bought your bailout. I'm happier. I believe I'm happier. So yeah, good for you. All you need to do is create 104,000 Kaspa to create and deploy a token of KRC20 with literally 4 clicks of the mouse. Anyone, yeah, exactly. Anyone create a meme token. That's why you got to do your own research and be careful. What's up, Bill? Welcome back to the stream. And I'm going to answer one more question. I'm about to wrap up the stream right now. That technologically advanced, do you think when it hits the market, do you think it was just created yesterday? No. Again, yeah. Kaspa and what is Kaspa's technology is 11 plus years, 12 years of research. It's just hit the market. It's not going to just explode straight away. Apple and Amazon and Microsoft didn't explode on day one. They took time. I'm not saying that Kaspa's the Apple and Microsoft and Amazon of the space. I'm not saying that, okay? Don't pick words in my mouth, but I'm just giving you an example. Those didn't take off straight away. They took time. And Kaspa, for what it is, it's got groundbreaking technology, the only trilemma solver, fairness proof of work, you know, no pre-allocation, all that stuff. It's got amazing technology. The people who are in charge of the project have been quoted by Bitcoin themselves, Viv Zohar, as experts of Bitcoin security, and they got so much, they got such a massive accolade of achievements already, which makes me so bullish on this project for what's coming soon as well. But that being said, buy more Kaspa right now. The bottom is in, you know it. You know it. That being said, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching once more. If you enjoy the streams, I'll be doing these daily now. Leave a like as always, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And if you want to know more about crypto and of course other crypto projects, Kaspa of course, and market sentiment to hopefully help cool the direction of the markets when you can, you know, if it's possible, because again the stuff happened yesterday was not possible. No one really knew that was going to happen, but if you can, then feel free to join the free Discord server on screen, in the chat, in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage. I love when a project goes down a little and all the fiddlers come out investing in psychological game, especially in social media. Yeah, everyone's flooding the project. Say Kappa's done for, and I'm like, okay, cool. So what about every other project that's down in the space? You're just a hater, and I will happily have a glass of your tears when you're flooding Kaspa. But yeah, that'll be it for the stream. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Same Kappa channel.